What's up, Central Region? It's Nik Leindecker, the Assistant Division Manager for North Star here. I'm really excited to talk to you about our team building program for the summer, and you're going to be a really big part of this. So first of all, congrats on being here as an assistant manager. I was an assistant manager back in 2010. That's when I was promoted, and man, that was an awesome summer. It was a wild ride. You're in for a treat this summer. You're going to be able to be really the main reasons why your office is going to be hitting your goals as leaders. So part of that, a lot of it has to do with being a really good team builder, which I'm going to be talking to you a lot about today. So let's write in our notes. How to be an amazing team builder. We're talking about team building to success for the day here. So here's why I'm really going to encourage you to be a team builder. First of all, what is a team builder? It's just you actually getting friends onto the team. We love working with you. We'd obviously rather duplicate you and have other people just like you on our squad, right? That's how your office gets off to a really fast start, pun intended. Okay, so I really want you to remember that when you're having a friend get started at the position, it's not something you're doing to someone, it's you're doing it for someone. Think about having a Cutco customer. When you were first getting started, right? As you were selling your first blades of Cutco, it was something you were doing for the customer, right? We know that the more Cutco somebody buys, the better it is for them. So we're not doing something to them, we're doing it for them. We want to help close the biggest sale because we know that they're going to have that Cutco for a really long time. So when we help a friend get the position, we're doing it for them. Think about how amazing your experience has been. We want to have more people like you getting this awesome experience. Also, it's not just a vector skill. This is a skill for life. You can really take this into other positions. Plenty of other jobs and companies later on value team builders. They actually want people to help them corral other people into the team. So have a lot of pride for that in Cutco. Change a life. Look, raise your hand. And I know this is a recording, but still help me out. Raise your hand if you have had your life changed by vector or a manager in vector or something vector and Cutco related. I know I for sure am raising my hand because I got that letter in the mail literally, almost 14 years ago to the day I got that letter, and I know it changed my life. I don't know where I would be, if I didn't get that letter. My friend didn't recommend me, but you get the idea, right? And then we also have a scholarship you can earn too. So getting some awesome recognition for your resume, of course. Hey, you get to win all the team builder prizes too. That's definitely a cool thing. Talk to your manager about what exactly that you can earn. And more importantly, guess what, everyone? Your office crushes their summer goal. This is one of the main reasons why your office is going to be able to do some really big things. So check out these standings here. This is just kind of like the final standings for, the spring campaign. And as you can see, it goes a couple more weeks. This is the team builder standings for the year for the region. Shout out to some Anoka County people. You can see squad right there. And then these are the people who actually won the scholarship, because just so you know, there is a monetary scholarship that you can earn based on your team builder. Okay. So here's your main mission as an assistant manager. Be the best team builders in your office. Be the absolute best ones. There shouldn't be a rep that gets started next week that has like 10 people get started. Let's reserve that for you. You are the leaders, and you really set the tone to make sure that your office is going to succeed. Be a leader and an embodiment of the vector opportunity. Okay, do me a favor, go in the chat box right now, and I want you to throw up a hand emoji, all right? Put a hand emoji in the chat if you've had a friend get started at the position, all right? Who's had a friend get started? And then I'm gonna have you put multiple hands if you have multiple friends. Let's say you've had 2 friends, give me 2 hands, 2 hand waves in the chat so you can brag about yourself a little bit. And then who has 3? Anybody have 3? That'd be really cool to see that. Hey, also, if you had like a really good friend get started with that, like a 10K fast start, attach that on there as well. Hand emoji, 10K fast starter. A few people in my office can put that 10K fast starter on there. What does that mean? Our best people come from people like you because you're our best person. Okay, check this out. This is like a PR chain thing that I wrote on my notebook, took a picture of it. You can see there that, for example, Chase, right? You can see all the people that he recommended. Chase Carsonson, a lot of you know him. He recommended Jacob, who was a 10K fast starter. Adam was a 10K fast starter. Now, Adam recommended all these people, right? And then Micaiah was recommended by Adam. He was a 10K fast starter. Over here, we have Harrison. He sold over 10K. A lot of these people are on the call, by the way, right now. Harrison, you've recommended 2 10K fast starters with us. And then Kenzie had some extra people get started, all that, right? So you can really see the chain reaction of how this works. This winter, just as a proven program, our office has generated over $150,000 from the team building activity. So you look at the PR chain, that's people, not that you directly recommended, but people who actually, were recommended because of that. So Chase Carsonson, check this out. His chain of people has generated, if you combine that with the total team, with his sales, his chain alone is over $100,000 just from him. Who's going to have that this summer? I'm going to challenge you right now. Who is going to be the first person to have a $100,000 chain for this summer here? Wow. How exciting does that sound, by the way? And remember, all of you as assistant managers get paid based off of how well the office does. Okay, so let's talk about how we can actually get this moving here. How can we actually team build? So go ahead and write these things down. These are some to-do list things for you. So let's talk about 3-way texting. First of all, I'm just coming off of obviously I'm recording this right now, but I was doing some 3-way texting with Jacob from our office earlier today. And we were taking a look at his top 50 list. We've set up multiple people from his list for interviews already so far. So what is the top 50 list? It's the top 50 people that you're most excited to have as a friend on the team, okay? A lot of you have already submitted this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, then just go to a piece of paper or a spreadsheet right now and just type in some people, name, number, get 50 people on there, okay? Hey, if you've already submitted your top 50, go add more. Seriously, do it right now. Actually go in there, add a couple extra people, because that person that's maybe an afterthought could be an awesome person. Who's ever been asking for recommendations for a customer and they give you 3 people and you're like, hey, if you think of a couple more, I would really appreciate it. You can help me out and become a sponsor, all that stuff. And they gave you 1 extra lead or even 2 or something. Can any of you think of somebody who you sold Cutco to that was an afterthought for a recommendation? And it was a really good customer? That's why we do that. So try to add some extra people. Definitely set up a time to meet with your manager to start texting. Okay. So in our office, we've already had, multiple people get started with their lists. We're almost done with a lot of them. And, but the good news is we have plenty of more to continue to do. And hey, I'm definitely okay with people, adding extra ones on their lists. So I have more to do. Make your manager do a lot of work, because remember, you ultimately get paid off of your office sales, right? So just keep that in mind. Let me give you a big nugget that really matters a lot when you actually have people get set up for interviews. You got to follow up with your friends. When you get a person set up for an interview, have you been doing this? A 10 out of 10 activity would be, hey, dude, I heard you got set up for an interview with my manager, Nick. Super excited for you. Hopefully it goes well. Let me know how it goes. Okay, now they know that they're confirmed for the interview and that you actually know about it. So they're not going to no-show it, because now the manager knows and the friend knows, right? And then afterwards, can you actually reach out to someone who's set for training? Here's my advice. I would take a note of this. This is what you do. When somebody is accepted for the position, your district manager or branch manager will text you and say, just accepted so-and-so. What I want you to do is I want you to reach out to them right away. Important to call, by the way. Call them and here's what you say. Hey, how did the interview go? Just get your overall impressions. How did it go? I would recommend saying something like, did you have any questions for the manager? So see if they have any questions. And then I would ask, hey, how are you feeling about starting with training? Because that way you can kind of get the nerves out of the way. Hey, your goal is to just build confidence. And the last one is, have you told your parents yet? Because we all know that, hey, when somebody tells their parents, maybe their parents are like, sales, I don't know if that's for you, maybe you shouldn't do it. And then their confidence gets lowered. What your goal is to pop fear bubbles. You can solidify the show. And why do you want them to show? For all the reasons I just talked to you about. And hey, you win some prizes too, but your office hits their goal. So you really want to make sure they actually show up to the interview. If you're like, you know what, I've been getting a lot of my friends set up, but that's the piece I'm missing, Nick. I could probably do a better job of following up with my friends. Do that. And ask your manager, who do I have set? Who can I reach out to and call? And better yet, can you see them in person? If you go to school with them, or if you are on the sports team with them, or you're going to see it, like Curtis Haugen from this winter break, he would see his buddies he recommended from football in the weight room, and he would like talk to them in person and close them on actually like doing the job when he would see them in the weight room and all that. Right? So set up the time for doing the top 50 list. What does this look like? This is pretty much what your manager is going to do. I love doing top 50 lists because there are 0 negative responses. Now, I don't mean there's 0 not interested, but there's not a negative response by anyone. It's always, thank you so much, but I'm a little busy right now with my other job. Okay. So here's what it looks like. What you're going to do is you're going to be texting your friends. You always text them a heads up. So, hey, just a heads up, I gave your number to my manager, Nick. We've got some positions to fill. He's going to reach out, is basically what it says. And then your manager is going to do a 3-way text with you. So it basically says, hey, Peyton, this is Nick. By the way, Peyton was a 10K fast starter from Curtis Haugen. All right. So we did this program. And anyway, so we basically say this, I've got some positions available when you have a few minutes to talk. And then you're going to say you should definitely check it out. Now, if they don't respond to that, but they respond to you personally, individually, hey, what's the job? You can just send them a small, short paragraph just to get them to respond to the 3-way text. That's kind of the purpose of that. Okay. So what's your mission here? Your mission is to get through your top 50 list as quickly as possible. At the end, you're going to have people who are interested, not interested, people who are super pumped. Then people get set up for interviews. Then they get set up for training. And then all of a sudden you've got, an amazing team for you to be a team builder and have those bragging rights. And then you're the next person that we're having give a speech about the team builder program, maybe at the end of the summer or during TLA and all that stuff. Okay. It doesn't matter what you sell. I want you to remember that too. You could be like, a Cutco legend by having just an amazing team. Could you be the person who builds your team? That's what I want you to be thinking about. And again, check out this chain of people from Chase. He has 6th generation PRs. What does that mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that's a team builder right there. So he did the work to recommend 5 people, and these people continued. So I will say, hey, our PR program in Anoka County is strong because we have things firing on all cylinders, and we keep that juggernaut moving. So your offices will also have that. The way you get this is by having a really strong post-training PR program, which you're going to learn a lot about from somebody else during this meeting about that. Okay, let's talk about social media. That's the 3-way texting. Number 2 is social media. So there's 2 ways we can do that, passively and actively. Okay. So write this down in your notes. Passive. What are some ideas to do passive social media? Passive means I'm not like recruiting for the job. I'm just talking about it. I'm trying to gauge some interest, trying to, show off how much I love my opportunity. And I'm trying to, also intrigue people about it. Okay. Hey, when you get to your office, do a Snapchat. We used to do Snapchat takeovers where the manager would grab the phone and be like, hey, everybody, what's up? I'm with, Ty Kuntz right now. He's in the office. Hey, here's what we're doing. We're showing Cutco off to people. Hey, if you're interested, let me know. Swipe up on his story. We can get you an interview, something like that. But anytime you're in the office, I would really film around and, say, love working here. This is awesome. Or like show your computer, all that type of stuff. Okay. Posting on team meetings. You should always be posting about, congratulating reps. Even if it's on Zoom, that's okay. Be filming your computer. And like when people are clapping for other reps in the team, like you can also be, doing stuff like that. Anything you post without trying to recruit would be a passive thing, such as like you're going bowling with the team. You take a picture and post that on there. Again, I'm old. You know how to do social media way better than me. I don't need to teach you how to do this, but I did want to define what passive means. When you go to conferences, when you go to SC1 coming up here, right? You're going to be, snapping the whole time. So that way you can show how awesome your job is and more people will be excited about it. An active would be actually attaching the link in your post or, trying to actively ask someone if they're interested in hearing more information. So how do we do that? Social Jumpstart. I want to talk about the Instagram auto program for a second. So you can all build your team builder. What if I told you there was a way to actually not have to really do barely anything except for respond to messages, and it would count for your team builder? And you could also get all the prizes, and it could impact your goal with your team, okay? Social Jumpstart is where your manager has a long list of social media handles that they found from students in the area, essentially. And some of you already know this, which is great, but I'm telling the people who may have not heard about this quite yet. So basically, we just give you the list. We have an auto program where we have another person we pay to go through the account and just message people on your account. It does about 30-ish per day, sometimes 30, 40, 50 messages per day. And all they do is they just message all these people in this list. And then all you do is handle the responses. Somebody says, what is it? Somebody says, I'm interested. Somebody says, tell me more. And all you're doing is you're just messaging them back. And then you get the credit for it. So I know in our office, we have the opportunity for sure to be able to add extra people to our auto program. And this really impacts the office. You don't have to really do anything other than just respond to the messages. It goes out automatically. Talk to your manager about that. Hey, I'm interested in what's the auto jumpstart program. Can I sign up for that? Also, sending snap messages, you can actually go on your personal snap, and I would DM a bunch of people saying, hey, we've got some positions available. I'm an assistant manager. It'd be so fun to work with you. Are you interested in hearing more? And also posting on your story. That would be an active thing, right? Posting that they can apply on the link. So let me show you some examples of this here. So here would be some passive ideas. If you'd like to, I would take a screenshot of that, just so you can actually, and I'll also show you the next slide too with active. Both of these could be great to do. So look at this. This is just us at a team meeting. We're all throw up the number one, number one team, right? Something easy like that, right? Team meetings are always a blast. Vector family, hashtag vector family, right? It's the knife thing. This would be an example of like an in-person meeting. You can see Dana Espigard at the front of the office right there. I just taking a picture of saying, hey, this is my job. I'm bragging about it. I'm proud of this position. And then somebody, for example, when you get those Ray-Ban shades, because you have a few friends get started, your manager buys those, you can do a, thanks, Vector. Thanks for helping me get those. So those would be some examples of passive. Active would be, again, promoting the opportunity for them to apply. So summer work opportunities, again, this is something I would take a screenshot of. I made these. I'm old. All right, these are not that cool. I get it. You have way better ideas than me. Okay. I don't think they're that bad. They look okay, don't they? I don't know. Anyway, but be creative with it though. Like you can post even a picture of yourself and say summer work available. Okay. So I like to do a couple different things. One, I like to do a picture of, sometimes it's just you doing something with other people, such as, the first screenshot you see there. The second one could just be text. So only just text, so that way it captures people's attention. And then the third example there would be an actual active thing that you can take a picture of, like your workspace, whether you're on Zoom. You can even take a picture of your computer. That's a good one. Like, hey, working from home right now. If you want to work, swipe up to apply or click on this link. So these are some good ideas, right? This is how you can actually get some extra people. Every time we have people post, by the way, people get applications. We just launched a girl from training just this past week from Jessa Lee. Jessa's on the call right now as an assistant manager, right? So she posted, one of her friends applied, and her friend's already sold some stuff so far. It's going great, okay? All right. I'm really gonna say, just be proud of your company. Be proud of your team. Be proud of what you do. Social media wasn't like huge when I was getting started at the job. All right. So I wasn't posting all the time or whatever. But I always was like, oh, do I want to tell people it's the knife thing? One time somebody made fun of me, and my parents think it's kind of strange too. It's a unique position that a student can have. But once I embraced it, right? Embrace the weird. We get it. It's a little weird position. It's unique, right? But guess what? Weird means different, and different means you're going to stand out. And if you stand out, that's a great thing. Follow the crowd if you want, but if you want to do something different, that's actually an amazing experience for your life. That's why I'm proud to be in Cutco. I think we all can say that we're proud of our company, aren't we? So share that and tell people about it, and don't hide it. I mean, hey, somebody else is going to have somebody in your network get started with Cutco. it might as well be you. I'd rather have you get the team builder credit and get some cool prizes and have your office hit their goals than somebody else. In fact, I won't say who, but I actually just accepted a person today for an interview that said, oh, I actually follow somebody from my high school who actually works at Cutco. This person heard about it through LinkedIn, by the way. I shot them a LinkedIn message and they're like, oh, I follow somebody from my high school that works with Cutco. Do you know so-and-so? I was like, yeah, I know them. Oh, did they go to Pierce High School? All right, now you probably know who it was, right? If you know our area. But this person is excited to be on our team now because I was the one who shot them a message on LinkedIn because I was advertising it, even though another person had them in their network. Anyway, you get the idea. So here's what I'm gonna ask you to do. Try it now. Give it a shot right now while we're on the computer, okay? Go do this for me. Go up to the upper right corner. There's the gallery view and the speaker view. I'll say it's okay to put us on gallery view really quick. Show everybody on the screen there. You don't want to have me be big on the screen. That's, I'm not gonna, be the person who attracts people to the position if it's your social media, right? So then just go ahead and take a picture of your workstation, just like this. Hold up your phone, boom, just like that. Look at that. There's my picture of my workstation. I got my Zoom going like that. Look at that. Perfect. And then you have the grid view of everybody on there. By the way, I'm stalling so you can actually do this, okay? And then don't forget to attach your link. So, by the way, Anoka County people, you already know ours is mnstudentwork.com. If you're on Snapchat, you put the little paperclip on there, put it on the story. If you're on Instagram, you can put the link in your bio, or you know how to, of course, attach a link on there. Make sure they can actually apply, though, because just like that, what if we did this, Central Region? What if we had 100 applications in the next hour because all of you decided to do this right now? As you can tell, I'm paused, waiting for you to do it. All right, we're gonna move on. But if you didn't do it, I'm gonna encourage you to do this by the end of this message, get it up there. Keep listening though. I still got a couple last second things. And hey, keep track of your team builder stuff. So look at this. You can, if you have our manual, in the manual, we have a tracking thing where you can cross off each person, write their name in there to keep track of your team builder prizes. So what are some other ways that you can do it? I'm going to encourage you just to have a conversation. There's even a script on how to talk to your friends about it on there. Okay. So what are some other team building ideas? Bring a friend to a team meeting. Bring a friend to a team meeting. Actually have them come with you. Follow Cutco and Vector on Instagram and share their posts. That's a very good passive way to do it, because they post some pretty awesome stuff. And if you're actually doing exactly what they throw up on there, you can just I see Chase Carsonson do this a lot. He'll just forward it. I don't know how to do it. You know what to do there, right? You just put the post on your story, and then people can see that you're actually promoting it. Honestly, strong arm your best friend if you need to. Dude, I know I've been talking about this knife thing. You got to give it a shot. You never know unless you try. Come hang out with me this summer and have fun, right? Somebody said no before, just ask again. Look, I'll be an assistant manager this summer. Come work with me. How cool would it be if we got a chance to work together? Hey, how have you personally gotten a friend to get started? If you've got some unique ways, throw them in the chat now. Give some more ideas. Trying to add a little bit of an engagement here. Throw some ideas of how you've gotten some friends get started. And again, by the way, brag about yourself right now. If you did three-way texting, you got some people like that, put it in there right now. Three-way text, Instagram posts, Snapchat post. What else have people done? If it's a unique idea, right? Let's take a look at those, and maybe somebody in the region can make a list of all those things as well. And post some ideas in the chat now. Again, why do we want to team build? Your friends sell more Cutco. It's a more fun atmosphere. So many perks that you have because of it. We're going to have a vibrant office culture. We're going to be hitting our goals. More income for you and your friend, of course. Huge SC1 conference attendance. Who wouldn't want this? Central Region assistant managers, you are the squad. You are the people who are going to help us take our teams to the next level. And because of that, we're going to have amazing progress as a region. And I cannot wait to see you and meet you at some conferences this summer. Hey, let's go out there and team build, everybody. Thanks so much for your time. Have a great rest of the conference.